The following is a paid promotional announcement for the Headache Management Center at Dunes Eye Consultants in Dakota Dunes. Through state-of-the-art sight sync testing and NeuroLens treatment, Dunes Eye improves the lives of chronic headache and migraine patients.
I had immediate relief. It's been amazing.
It's really helped. If I knew this was going to fix so many things, I would have done it so long ago.
Headaches are a complex syndrome. A migraine typically is classified as having more severe symptoms, muscle pain and neck pain, sudden increase in light sensitivity, ringing in the ears, dizziness, imbalance. You generally don't feel well. Finding relief from migraines and headaches can be difficult, but it can be very efficient. SightSync and NeuroLenses are game changers. They provide relief, immediate supportive therapy, no side effects, and they're guaranteed. We've now treated over 650 patients with NeuroLenses, and our success rate across the board and across the country has helped shape how other doctors are now using this technology successfully in their practices. Approximately 5 years ago, I was asked to meet with the CEO of iBrain Medical. He introduced me to the idea of SightSync technology and the fact that they were looking for several key alpha investigators to explore this technology and how it would apply in clinical practice. It had already been proven to be extremely successful in trials with neurologists and other advanced eye care experts. And so I was very fortunate that they asked me to get involved. So I was one of the first 8 alpha investigators in the United States. It's powerful, it's effective, it's efficient, it creates no side effects, and it's changed the lives of countless patients and will do so into the future. When we sight sync them and we have the ability then to give them a neural lens in front of their eyes, the process is very efficient. So patients take a step back and go, wait a second, I've been to some of the best, and you're telling me that an application of this medically based lens, neural lens, is going to solve my problems. And I look at them and say 95% chance yes, as long as I've got a positive test result, I know I can help you. There's lots of different things that happen in the migraine syndrome, but something stimulates a blood vessel within the brain typically to constrict. And when that does that, it alters blood flow. After this, the vessels dilate rapidly, causing pressure against nerves, and that's where the extreme pain comes from in many migraine syndromes. But ultimately, it comes down to what causes and stimulates that to happen. We have to keep in mind there could be multiple root causes, and in our particular area, we're focusing on trigeminal dysphoria, which is caused by fixation misalignment. Fixation misalignment can trigger a number of significant symptoms. Because we have 2 eyes, everything we see is a combination of 2 images fused together by your brain. Each eye captures a clear photo like a camera, and your brain combines the photos, making one single image. This line of communication takes place constantly when both of your eyes are open. When your eyes and brain are aligned, this process happens seamlessly. In some patients, this communication doesn't happen perfectly. While each eye may capture a clear photo individually, if there is a misalignment between your eyes, the brain is forced to manually combine every pair of photos. This constant adjustment continually stimulates your trigeminal nerve, often causing the symptoms of fixation misalignment and trigeminal dysphoria. NeuroLens does something also unique. Not only does it alleviate fixation misalignment, it provides the most elegant vision possible because we're unifying the 2 eyes as one, and you get an amplified visual effect. NeuroLenses are an amazing technology breakthrough. They're a contoured prism. As the eyes move closer and closer to our body, they stay unified through this contouring prism. It's only developed in one laboratory in the world. It's patented, and it took approximately a decade of initial clinical trials to get this understanding in place before we were able to apply it clinically. What's interesting about NeuroLenses is no company has ever come to me and said, listen, we want you to try our product to help your patients, but if it doesn't work, we'll give you money back to the patient. The company knew from studies such as at our office how effective the treatment is. And so there's a small percent of patients that may not find that relief, and therefore it's a risk-free opportunity for them, which is very unique in healthcare.
I had migraines probably weekly, just were debilitating. I would get to the point where if I managed to fall asleep, I would just tell my children to put a blanket over me and ended up sleeping in my work clothes quite a bit of the time. Any sleep was good sleep because then at least I could have a little bit of relief. The majority of the time my symptoms were a blinding headache, usually over one eye, sometimes to the point of nausea. So I knew they weren't really stress related, there was something else going on.
Susan is a classic case where Well, we can help you.
Dr. Ferguson was my optometrist for years, and so he knew about my migraines. As soon as he had the technology that he knew could possibly help me, I got my first pair and I had immediate relief. It's been amazing. So now all of my glasses sit in a jewelry box. I get home, I put them in there just like I would a diamond ring because it's that much value to me.
She hasn't had a migraine since she's been wearing neural lenses, and it's a fascinating story. The introduction of the SightSync technology to our practice has been a game changer. That test has opened up those doors and allows us then to prescribe a neural lens for very effective long-term treatment with no side effects.
I suffered from chronic headaches for probably almost 10 years. My whole upper body was just tense from these headaches. I would come home from work, half the day through work I would start to get a headache, and Tylenol or aspirin didn't help with them. It just, towards the end of the night, they just got to be so bad. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to, lay down and rest and try and make my headache go away.
Typically, the patient has to find comfort a lot of times in a dark room. Oftentimes they just lay down for periods of time, maybe even a day or two.
I did not know that there were any other treatments for chronic headaches. I thought it was, just a pain thing that you had to deal with.
Stephanie has been a patient of ours for a number of years prior to SightSync and came in saying, listen, I've had headaches for a number of years.
I thought maybe it was sinus related.
So once SightSync came, we started to look at her fixation misalignment and said, wow.
Well, it wasn't sinus headaches, it was more my vision.
And we introduced a trial lens to show her what her vision would be like with neural lens. She immediately responded like, yes.
I didn't even realize that a prism was a thing that you could put in to help adjust my eyes to help with headaches, and the neural lenses have been perfect for that. Things just got a little bit clearer.
When we apply neural lenses to a patient, we talk about sensory overload. It's almost too much. And essentially, right out of the gate, neural lens patients will feel that for a day or two, but they're going to immediately start feeling relief. We've had patients put on the neural lenses and say, I'm never taking these off.
I feel like almost within that week of first wearing them that I didn't have any headaches.
She's tired of trying to do coping mechanisms. She wants her life back, and we gave it to her with neural lenses.
Thank you for calling Dunes Eye Consultants and LASIK Center. This is Mallory.
I spend at least half of my day on the computer, and 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon would roll around and hit, and I would just be done. Mentally exhausted, my eyes hurt, I was just tired, and I just couldn't focus anymore. Actually, working in an optometry clinic, it didn't ever cross my mind that it was my eyes that were causing this. I just thought maybe, I was sitting too close, I was sitting in the wrong type of chair, I was at the wrong height, I had a bad resolution on my computer screen. I don't know, I didn't ever put the two together.
Mallory is a millennial, and her world is digital devices, computers, phones, iPads. That's how she communicates, like all millennials. We evaluated Mallory. What she did have was computer vision syndrome in a very big way.
I've had LASIK, so I don't wear glasses throughout the day to see distance or, so I just thought it wasn't going to work for me.
So she got neural lenses. We found some misalignment, and her symptoms were radically changed. More importantly, she can work at the computer for hours, so her productivity goes off the charts.
Since wearing neural lenses, the thing that I notice the most is that if I get on my computer and I don't have them on, my eyes are screaming at me immediately. And so I put them on, that's completely gone. And I can go the entire day, and I can go home and not be tired and not want to immediately take a nap as soon as I get home. The value of being able to go past 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon is huge for what I do, because I want to be able to treat my patients that I see after 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon the same as what I do with my patients at 8 o'clock in the morning. I want to be able to give them that same value, and I want to put the same value into my work. It's made such a difference.
Our world's changed. Our world's digital. We're looking at a device many hours during the day.
Kids will experience a lot of eye strain and headaches. It's because kids are on digital devices a lot more than they used to be, where neural lenses help alleviate some of that eye strain, even if the prescription's pretty small in kids, which we see often.
And you can think about it, if your eyes have a problem in staying synchronized and you're compensating for that and you're focusing at a distance for a long period of time, you're not giving any relief to the brain. That's why those symptoms are often magnified or amplified when working working on a computer, looking at your phone all day. And so that's why we're seeing a real increase in the number of patients that may benefit from a neural lens.
We've seen a lot of different kids come in with different focusing or headache-related issues that have succeeded with neural lenses. Some of the biggest cases were kids who came in on ADHD medications, and by the time we were done with them, they didn't need the medications anymore because their focusing ability was so improved. Also, some kids without those symptoms, but they just got a lot of headaches when they worked on digital devices, and we've been able to alleviate all, if not most, of those symptoms just via a pair of glasses.
I was having headaches and they were progressively getting worse and worse. I stared at a screen a lot for my job. I was trying to take over-the-counter Tylenol, ibuprofen, Advil. None of it was helping. By the end of the day, it was almost unbearable some days. I just couldn't do anything. I couldn't live a normal life or play with my kids. I just wanted to lay in a dark room, not have any light or sound.
As the severity increases, patients start to seek more solutions.
Ice, heat, trying not to be in front of a screen so much, but with my day-to-day job and life, it just wasn't possible.
She's searching for a cure. She's a mom, she's busy, and when we come into play is looking at the fixation misalignment part of this.
As soon as I put my neural lenses on, I could immediately tell a difference. First day I drove with my neural lenses, I called my husband about in tears because I could see and make out clear defined headlights and taillights. I had no idea when I walked in here that this was gonna just be a solve-all.
Well, when we compare neural lenses to traditional migraine treatments, often migraine treatments are medicine. Almost every medicine we put in the body has the risk of a side effect. And many patients that take these medicines just don't feel themselves. It does give them relief, but there's neural vision disruption. You then sometimes have to take another medicine to counteract these symptoms from your headache medicine. And so we see some pretty complex cases where patients are taking multiple medications to stabilize their symptoms and just try to deal with their migraine syndrome using the neural lens application. There's no side effects, no shots, no pills, no surgery. We're looking at the root cause. We get symptomatic relief without any secondary effect.
The investment in neural lenses was totally worth it in the long haul. You don't think about it, but I've been able to do so much more things without the headaches, and even just the nagging headaches at work or going home and being inactive.
As a mom of 3 kids and they were all in activities, I wanted to be there for everything.
There were days where I couldn't make it to my son's basketball game. I felt terrible if I ever had to miss anything.
It became very difficult sometimes to even pretend like I could sit in the bleachers and be interested when I had a blinding headache.
If they're having 5 or 6 migraines a month, they're losing maybe a day and a half per event. That's a third of their month that they're not interacting with their family, that they cannot be productive in the workplace. And so it has a huge effect on the quality of life. It really becomes an issue for these folks psychologically. I mean, it's very, very frustrating for them when they find this breakthrough and we're able to treat them. It's very emotional. It's incredible to listen to a patient that is in disbelief that their symptoms are alleviated by the use of neural lenses.
Now I know that I can get through work without a headache. I can make it to my kids' activities. I can enjoy my family and not have to worry about having to rest or take any medications to help get rid of my headaches.
Any patient that suffers from the classic neural vision symptoms from trigeminal dysphoria, which include dizziness, light sensitivity, headaches, body fatigue, eye fatigue, dry eye symptoms when working on a computer, they are certainly candidates for neural lens. The vast majority of patients that we identify, and we realize through SightSync testing with a diagnostic neural lens application, we know that 95 to 96% of patients will feel better using neural lenses, and that is proven across the United States as well as in our practice, which is a remarkable response to any type of treatment.
I would definitely recommend the Headache Management Center at Dunes Eye Consultants. The success rate's been amazing and I can speak to it myself.
You don't have a headache by the end of the day, your neck's not tense, you're not exhausted from staring at a screen all day. So much is different. I wish I would have known about it sooner. I would have done it a lot sooner.
As a doctor, my job for my patients is to find solutions to problems. SightSync is a great example of innovative technology that is going to do no harm to a patient and provides tremendous upside. So when you take a technology like this and you start a breakthrough area of solving problems that have been lingering for decades for patients, it's what brings you back every day.
The preceding was a paid promotional announcement for the Headache Management Center at Dunes Eye Consultants in Dakota Dunes. Through state-of-the-art SightSync testing and NeuroLens treatment, Dunes Eye improves the lives of chronic headache and migraine patients.
I had immediate relief. It's been amazing.
It's really helped.
If I knew this was going to fix so many things, I would have done it so long ago.
Visit duneseye.com or call to learn more.